Commemorations were held for the victims of Soviet forced labor camps in Budapest on Saturday. In Hungary, hundreds of thousands were deported to Gulag camps during and after the Second World War. The Prime Minister of Hungary, Viktor Orbán, said that communism was a mad ideology. He added that it's an uplifting feeling that now people are allowed to remember freely for the victims of the communism.
70 years ago, Városligeteli 4 was an infamous place. The building that now houses an elementary school between 1945 and 1948 was a jail of the Soviet secret police. From 1945 up to 1963, more than 800,000 people were forced to the labor camps in the Soviet Union from Hungary. A lot of them began their journey here. The survivors are always right, said Erzsébet Mencer on the memorial meeting for the victims of the Soviet forced labor. The president of the Survivors Association emphasized that the memory of the camps should not be let to blend in oblivion. That's the guarantee for the survival of Hungary, who lets the past fade away, get lost in time, she said. Survivors were not allowed to talk about their suffering in the labor camps for decades. But for 3 years now, they can commemorate their fellows together. Mencer said as the parliament made 25th of November, the Gulag Remembrance Day that time. Now no one doubts that communism was a mad ideology, like National Socialism, but we had to walk a long way till this declaration, said Viktor Orbán, Prime Minister of Hungary, on the memorial meeting. It was a great revelation when people were allowed to remember freely the victims of communism. Now, as Europe is under attack again, it's of extreme importance that Hungarian youth knows the lunatic fury of the 20th century, and they should be determined in their hearts that they never let it happen again, the Prime Minister said. A commemoration for Soviet forced labor camps was also held in Transcarpathia. What now is a memorial park in Sojba, then was a camp where the Soviet authorities summoned ethnic Hungarian and German males between 18 and 50 years of age in 1944 with a pretext of just 3 days of compulsory work. A lot of them died of hunger on the spot. László Brenzovic, president of the Transcarpathian Hungarian Cultural Association, said on their memorial meeting that it's a pity that neither the survivors nor the families were rehabilitated in Ukraine up to now. There is a draft resolution in the Ukrainian parliament about the rehabilitation of the victims. It would have been an important gesture if they accepted it before this Memorial Day. I hope it will happen soon, he said. The leaders of the different Hungarian organizations in Ukraine held a commemoration together for the first time in years. Zsolt Semjén, Deputy Prime Minister of Hungary, called this type of cooperation essential.